Hello you buggers, Duncan here from DKG, currently DKV, working on violins. So this is the busted up Nightingale violin that I've been working on. You can see it's got it's been primed and filled and sanded. It's been sanded with some filler primer to get rid of some of the wood finish, because the tiny little strips of wood in the grain, it gives it a kind of like a bit of a woody look. So try to get rid of that because we want to make this look like rusty old metal. So that's been done, and it's been sprayed with the textured metal finish. Little dusting of silver, and I've started off with a bit of powder paint, but yeah, it's just the start. So here is where I'm just starting to give it the basic rusty metal look. So it's got a nice bronzy sheen to it. I have to go back and burnish up back through to the metal on some places, but that's got to come later. I'm going to go in with more detail on rust. So we've actually got some like rusty drips and some blistering of the metal. So very basically, this is how it's being done. Got some yellow ochre, burnt umber, a wee bit of red to give us this kind of like rusty colour, and grades of orange. Burnt umber is going in more or less right along the edges, and we follow up with the colour. And I just swipe it with a bit of a sponge. And I can show you what we're talking about here, because this side hasn't been done at all yet. So it's just, I mean, you don't have to be at all accurate at this stage, because all we're doing is giving it a little bit of a tone, really. Not a oh tone, just a colour tone. Okay. So we're just coming in here, just slapping it in. You can be as messy as you like at this point, because most of it is just going to be wiped off. It's nice to just get some tonal differences in there. Don't be exactly the same with your colour all the way around. So I'll try and do this without getting in front of the camera. So we can just pull that down. A bit of water. So you can see I'm kind of getting it's almost like a sunburst effect, really, because we're trying to stay darker around the edges, especially in areas where that rust is going to have rusted for quite a while, and it's heavily oxidized. It gives us a bit of a tobacco burst. Well, these are just acrylic paints, nothing special, because this is just tinting, really. Because you'll be able to go in with the polyurethane finish at the end, protect the whole flipping thing. And it's a case of just building it up, as opposed to just trying to get it all in one go. going too heavy, just turn the sponge around. Just burnish that back through again. Why is it every time I do a video the ice cream van comes round? Oops. Just getting that nice overall, it's almost like a bronzy colour at the minute. Some more burnt umber. Try and get in at the sides here. Well, there you go. It's sort of done all the way around. Now, once it's dry, and it doesn't take very long to dry, just a matter of minutes. Get a nice fresh sponge. These are like super cheap sponges, nothing special. I'll show you along here quickly, and just go back and burnish. Now, because the paint that I applied is a textured metallic paint, it's basically for like a rusty. Well, it's not even for rusty. It's like iron, aged iron. It's called Rust-Oleum, and it's over there. So I'm not going to go and get it. It's yeah. So it's got a bit of a texture to it. So as you burnish back some of the rusty stuff you've applied, the rusty paint, you start to get like a pitted metallic effect, and you can just keep burnishing away at that. Obviously not too much, because you don't want to end up going right back to the back to the bare wood again, but just come in here, you start to see, you know, getting kinks of edges, just a bit more of a metallic-y, yeah, because it's got like rough edges. You know, if it was rusty, these are the edges that would be worn back to metal because they're protruding or sticking out. Your hands will be all over them. There we go, bonkers. Just keep going until it starts to look like it's well, metallic surface, I guess. There's no grain, so it doesn't matter which way you're brushing it. Can you see that? That's this side that hasn't been done. That's this side that has been done. So we're just starting to get back. Yeah, I mean, we've put all the rust on and now we're taking it all off again, but it's to get this looking really nice, you know, it's all a case of layering it up stage by stage. I mean, obviously this thing did not rust in one go. It's been, you have to imagine it's been rusting for a long time. I mean, obviously you can actually go in and dry brush silver painting as well if you wanted. At a later stage we might do that. The next stage after this, I would suppose I would call feature rust, which would be like areas where, you know, it's in big clumps of rust, and we can also have it running. Yeah, I mean, in which direction? I don't know. You can imagine it's been hung up on a wall somewhere, and over the years as the rust has dripped down this way, water would pool in there and it would dribble down. These sides I'm going to let be really rusty, I think. Hello and welcome back, and I'm going to hopefully try and show you a bit close up what I'm doing to add the detail rust. It's there's no rules as such. Now I want to possibly get a bit of red in this, just a touch, a tod, a todge and a tad of red, because the yellow ochre is just looking a little bit dull. Right. Okay, all the best kind of looks that I've come with this rusty sort of things, it's good to get sort of like a nice dark contrasting against a lighter colour. That's good. And sometimes just a little bit of black. I mean, as you can see, you can't really do it wrong. Because they're all kind of like accidents. Happy accidents, sad accidents. You know, there'll always be a bit you go to, they go, oh, I really like that, I really like that. The great thing is about this, you can always rub it back. Rub it back down to the silvery surface and attack it again. I must admit, it probably actually helps. Oops, sorry, knocking the camera again. It probably helps while you're doing this to actually have some reference pictures. Of rusty stuff. You know, study what it looks like. Alright, guess what? My battery ran out again. I can't remember where I was. It doesn't make any difference because we've come on a lot further since then. And, well, it's pretty much done. Just got to put it all back together again. A couple of little areas I want to just patch up a little bit, but so it's got a gloss poly on there. I'm tempted just to give it a waft of some sorry, I'm just too busy looking at it. I'm tempted to give it a waft of satin finish. I think the shininess is a little bit too shiny. But there you go. So let's put that to one side. So I've been working on this one now, just layering up the rusty finish. So I shall carry on with that. It's a bit tricky to do this with the camera in the way. Apart from anything else, I like to sit and do it with it on my lap. But let's see what we can show you as we go along. So it's pretty much similar process. It's a slightly different look, basically because there's not it's not like a large surface area on this violin, so it's more of a detail rather than just overall colour. And I'm using mostly burnt umber. As you spread the burnt umber out, you can just go back and layer it up. Okay, so that's gone over everywhere. Yeah, so that's essentially gone over the whole thing. I want to get some more contrast in there, which will mean going over again. Now you can see here, you can just use your finger. To polish up some of these edges again. I go bonkers. We don't want the whole thing all shiny again. We just want to take back areas where the rust will have kind of just worn away back to the metal just through use, just by handling the thing. You see that? Can you see that? That's got that lovely kind of pitted rusty metal up there. Try and get it even closer. It'll probably go out of focus. I mean, I can polish that out, but I'm going to leave that. Right, time to go in heavy. So this is, see, like this area here, you see that kind of like contrast of umber, and it's almost like the brown is making the silvery look a bit bronzier. And that's okay, we don't mind that. I mean, it's not exactly how rust actually goes, but who cares? It's quite a nice look, but we need to go in heavier with the umber now, get some real nice contrast in there. Oh, look at that, that bit there, it's just really nice because it just looks like pitted metal. Right, I've got an extremely wet brush now. I don't want a wet brush. I'll say swap over to a finer brush, but this is a pretty crap brush. Let's find a better brush. And it's good when you sponge. What the hell? There's these entire packs of sponges. Where's my mic gone? Let's try that again. These packs of sponges are like 30p for a dozen or so, or 8, I don't know. Next to nothing, so there's really no point being stingy with them. Right, so swap my brush for something a bit more pointy. Gives us a bit more control, and see if I can keep this. I'll try and keep this in frame as much as I can. I mean, I may even come in a third time. With the ochre. Sorry, ochre, burnt umber. And you notice I've left quite a lot of silvery areas on this one. The other violin was a complete freebie. It's just like, you know, do something with it if you can. Oh, this one's a freebie as well. Sorry, sorry, I keep putting the brush in my mouth to talk. So if I sound funny, it's because I got the brush in my mouth. It's a bit hard to do this video because I haven't got enough hands. But yeah, I mean, this is another freebie, but this was a perfectly decent violin to start with. So let's try and keep it a fairly decent violin, even if it's rusted to buggery. So yeah, there's a bit more time gone into this. most of the time that went into the Nightingale violin was essentially just putting the bugger back together again, because it was naked. Right, something to ramble on about while you're watching me do this is the Tonewood Debate. And we all love the Tonewood Debate, don't we? I think the Tonewood Debate is over. There's a guy, it's a new kid on the block. He's got a channel called Will's Easy Guitar. If you're not subscribed to it, you should be, because I think it's going to be a great channel if he can keep it up. You know, it's like most YouTube things. You know, I know it takes time and effort just to put these bloody things together, especially if you're not just like uploading pictures of videos of kittens playing piano or playing guitar. I haven't seen have we seen a cat play guitar yet? I don't think we have. Don't send me links. Yeah, Will's Easy Guitar, that's what I was talking about, wasn't it? He is a very, very smart guy. Now, during my Tonewood years, in the comment section, there was another smart guy, Zach Stork. You can probably plough through all the comments and find his comment, where he talks about the science that's basically taught in schools, colleges, you know, about standing waves, which is basically what a guitar string is. Now, Will from Will's Easy Guitar basically does a lecture on the subject, pretty much using exactly the same formulas that Zach Stork pointed out that is used in science. Science, yes. And so he gives a beautiful lecture. It's about an hour long. You probably have to watch it 2 or 3 times, because it might hurt your head. But it's a superb video that basically explains the science, the physics, the mathematics, why the body of a guitar, whatever it's made from, cannot affect the tone. It cannot. It's impossible. One of the most important parts of his lecture is where you have to separate transverse waves from compression waves. Now, audio, acoustics and sound waves, they're compression waves. You know, they're waves lapping on the shore, not making the shore move. Actually, no, that's probably a pretty bad example, because waves in the sea, well, they're transverse waves, aren't they? Because they're moving, they're travelling. Anyway, see, already I've shown you my lack of intelligence there by using the wrong simile. But anyway, go and watch his video, and he does a test that myself and Zach Stork were talking about ages and ages ago, as usual with most things. I haven't got around to doing it. But Ben Crow at Crimson Guitars was threatening to do this test as well. Well, we basically just take 3 planks of wood, all different pieces of wood, and put the same pickup in and basically you just run a comparison test. Well, he's done that. I'm not going to cloud your judgment, but guess what? He found no difference. Now, there's been plenty of people in this comment section saying that they can hear a difference. Now, a lot of that's my fault because I went through the comment section of my Tonewood video and found some of the larger discussion areas and basically posted a link to his video. So he's got some of the people that were quite adamant that wood made a difference going to his channel and commenting there. But it's quite superb because whatever it is they come across, Will just smacks it down with just pure logic. None of this, oh, you're right and I'm wrong. It's like, well, this is the maths, this is the physics. If you can prove that the physics is wrong, add anything into the equation. And when we say add into the equation, we go, well, what about the pickles? What about the pickles? No. Add something to the equation. Don't just think about it. Don't just waffle. Put some actual empirical, measurable, predictable science in there. And like he points out, if you can do that, then you'll be famous, for crying out loud, as someone who can prove it when an area of physics is wrong. And scientists love that. They actually, you might think because scientists are against people that prove something is wrong in physics. No, they love it. They really love it. Unless you're a pig-headed looking scientist, I guess there must be some of them out there. Maybe like the scientists who still believe in creationism. God's sake, don't get me started on that. I'm just going to try the colour. So watch out. Yep, I like the colour. Right, so I'm going to go back in and just add a little bit here and there. Yeah, so where was I? And then, because I sent a load of numpties to his channel, he ended up putting another video up, which was basically a 30-minute rant at all the stupid questions he's been getting. And like I say, he's smart. We've all been there in the comment section, replying to people with dumb questions, and we've all done it the best we can. Will is just like, he's a new guitar god as far as I'm concerned, because he just knows shit. Not Warlock, Wyatt type knows shit, but actually knows stuff. In fact, the lovely Warlock has put up a new video ranting about Scott Grove again, because Scott put up a video about sustain. Now, Scott isn't a scientific person. I think some of his science is wrong, but you know, it's well, actually, no. To be honest with you, no, his science isn't wrong. His because he's pointing out to, like, you know, a bolt-on neck sustains just as well, if not better, than other necks. Well, yeah, I think actually some of that is if you look at this, like the mathematics in Will's Tonewood video, it makes sense because the woods are different. But you know, even the worst sustaining guitar, like, still like sustaining at 12 seconds. It's quite a funny argument, really, because okay, so even the worst guitar sustaining at 12 seconds. I mean, who the hell needs a guitar string to sustain any longer than 12 seconds? I don't know. Unless you're doing some kind of weird progressive rock track. It's not needed. But anyway, Warlock has a go at him, and he basically has a go at science in general, and anyone who's like disagrees with him on the Tonewood Debate. No, we all know. Well, if you don't know him, I wouldn't bother going to have a look. He's an idiot. But we all know, if you've seen his stuff, that wow. He's quite adamant about this. It doesn't exactly come across as the smartest cookie in the box, but yeah, apparently, according to him, that this is all common knowledge, and there's sorry, and that's science. What did he? I can't remember what it was. He said something like science doesn't get everything. Well, yeah, we're still trying to figure out the some of the fundamentals of the universe and quantum physics. But you know, I think from what I know and from what I can gather, we're pretty well up on transverse waves. We kind of know how they work. And compression waves and transverse waves don't mix. They're not the same. So anyway, yeah, go look at Will's channel. Don't bother going to look at Wyatt. If you disagree with him, he'll just delete your comment. In fact, he's such a chicken. He doesn't actually. He'll reply to your comment, but his comments don't come up on his channel. So you can get a lot of people. It's like they're talking to him, but you can't see what Warlock is saying. So it's yeah, he's a fool. Living in his mum's basement or whatever. Yeah, I've been playing guitar since I was a kid. Yeah, I know this shit. Oh yeah, and everything is shit. Yeah, this shit, and I'm gonna go do this shit, and this shit is great, and my guitar is shit. I can tell you something else that's shit, Warlock. Right. Are you enjoying this? Right, okay, so we have this violin all sorted. I need to attach the fingerboard back on again. I've taken the sheen down, so it's not quite so shiny, but it's, you know, it's got some gloss to it, but it's not in your face super shiny. That's quite sweet now. There you go. And we have this one already. See, it's such a funny shape thing to actually show you. It'll be like that, and like that, and like that. So this one, I've taken all the masking tape off around the fingerboard and the neck. Obviously, because this is a player, I thought it would be a good idea to leave it wood. I suppose I could have burnt it like a burnt strap, but there you go, there it is at the minute. So it just needs to be cleaned up, just masking tape goo off the fingerboard, and get the hardware back in there again, and it's pretty much job done. Yeah. One thing I did like about this violin is all the electrics are it's circuit board plugs, no soldering. Yeah, well, everything should be like that these days. Right. Do you really want to see it when they're all put together? Maybe I'll show you that. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. See you later.